Stanford is a census-designated place in Santa Clara County, California, United States, and is the home of Stanford University. The population was 13,809 at the 2010 census, with a daily population of 35,000. Stanford is an unincorporated area of Santa Clara County and is adjacent to the city of Palo Alto. Stanford, California is a valid postal address, and has its own post office and zip codes, 94,305 and 94,309. A popular landmark is the Dish. Most of the Stanford University campus and other core university-owned land is situated within the census-designated place of Stanford, the Stanford University Medical Center, the Stanford Shopping Center, and the Stanford Research Park are officially part of the city of Palo Alto. Its resident population consists of the inhabitants of on-campus housing, including graduate student residences and single-family homes and condominium owned by the faculty inhabitants but located on leased Stanford land. A residential neighborhood adjacent to the Stanford campus, College Terrace, featuring streets named after universities and colleges, including Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard and Princeton, is neither part of the Stanford CDP nor owned by the university but is part of Palo Alto. Geography. Stanford is located at 37.42250 degrees north, 122.1652 degrees west, 37.42250 minus 122.1652. According to the United States Census Bureau, the CDP has a total area of 2.8 square miles, of which 2.7 square miles of it is land and 0.045 square miles of it is water. Climate. This region experiences warm and dry summers, with no average monthly temperatures above 71.6 degrees Fahrenheit. According to the Köppen climate classification system, Stanford has a warm summer Mediterranean climate, abbreviated CSB, on climate maps. Demographics. The 2010 United States Census reported that Stanford had a population of 13,809. The population density was 4,974.5 people per square mile. The racial makeup of Stanford was 7,932 white, 651 African American, 86 Native American, 3,777 Asian, 28 Pacific Islander, 263 from other races, and 1,072 from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 1,439 persons. The census reported that 55.6% of the population lived in households and 44.4% lived in non-institutionalized group quarters. There were 3,913 households, out of which 517 had children under the age of 18 living in them. 1,159 were opposite-sex married couples living together. 47 had a female householder with no husband present. 24 had a male householder with no wife present. There were 159 unmarried opposite-sex partnerships, and 15 same-sex married couples or partnerships. 1,522 households were made up of individuals and 87 had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 1.96. There were 1,230 families. The average family size was 2.77. The population was spread out with 917 people under the age of 18, 7,914 people aged 18 to 24, 3,595 people aged 25 to 44, 762 people aged 45 to 64, and 621 people who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 22.6 years. For every 100 females there were 118.3 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 120.1 males. There were 3,999 housing units at an average density of 1,440.6 per square mile, of which 790 were owner-occupied, and 3,123 were occupied by renters. The homeowner vacancy rate was 0.9%. The rental vacancy rate was 0.9%. 2,022 people lived in owner-occupied housing units and 5,657 people lived in rental housing units. As of the census of 2000, there were 13,314 people, 3,207 households, and 1,330 families residing in the CDP. The population density was 4,849.8 people per square mile. There were 3,315 housing units at an average density of 1,207.4 square mi. The racial makeup of the CDP was 60.40% white, 4.90% black or African American, 0.72% Native American, 25.57% Asian, 0.16% Pacific Islander, 3.65% from other races, and 4.60% from two or more races. 8.96% of the population were Hispanics or Latinos of any race. There were 3,207 households, out of which 17.9% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 38.7% were married couples living together. 1.8% had a female householder with no husband present, and 58.5% were non-families. 23.0% of all households were made up of individuals, and 2.5% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.22 and the average family size was 2.73. The age distribution was 7.2% under the age of 18, 58.5% from 18 to 25, 23.7% from 25 to 45, 6.1% from 45 to 65, and 4.4% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 22 years. For every 100 females there were 118.0 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 119.4 males. The median income for a household in the CDP was $41,106, and the median income for a family was $88,596. Males had a median income of $67,250 versus $56,991 for females. The per capita income for the CDP was $22,443. About 11.1% of families and 21.4% of the population were below the poverty line, including 11.6% of those under age 18 and 1.8% of those age 65 or over. Politics. The area is strongly Democratic, with 54% registered with Democrats and 15% registered with the Republican Party. In the California state legislature, Stanford is in the 13th Senate District, represented by Democrat Jerry Hill, and in the 24th Assembly District, represented by Democrat Rich Gordon. In the United States House of Representatives, Stanford is in California's 18th Congressional District, represented by Democrat Anna Eshoo. Education. The Stanford CDP is served by the Palo Alto Unified School District. Notable people. The following are people who were either born or spent a significant part of their childhood living in Stanford, California. John Gall, former Major League Baseball outfielder and first baseman, played for the St. Louis Cardinals and the Florida Marlins. Reid Hoffman, founder of LinkedIn and former executive VP of PayPal.